Hey guys, so today I am uploading my first YouTube video. You do not understand how much I've been wanting to do this. I absolutely love YouTube and I absolutely love how people can just work with work with themselves and kind of grow by themselves and not like do and they kind of make their own path in life, which I love so much, and which is what I want to do with for my YouTube channel. So please subscribe. And if you want to, you can click that notification bell so you get notified when I upload a video. But I'm not gonna ramble so much. I'm just gonna talk about what we're gonna be doing in this YouTube video. So this channel is really going to be based around beauty and makeup and maybe some vlogs, but I'm going to be talking about in this YouTube video the best dupes for products, because we all know about high-end products. All the beauty gurus talk about how products are like $64, $58, $129, and products that are that much money, we actually see how they work and they work bomb, but the prices can offend our wallets. So I want to talk about some dupes. So if you really have heard really good things about a product, about a concealer, and you really want that concealer, but that concealer is $32, I'm gonna save you. So some of the stuff I do have here for display, and some of the stuff I don't have, but I will be talking about the best dupes. And if you want to, I'll be testing these dupes in a later video. So, but let's talk about them. So I don't really have everything. I don't have every single like product, but I do have some products, and I'm not gonna do one dupe like just foundations or just bronzers or just highlighters. I'm gonna go down the list. We're gonna jump all over the place. So be prepared and do not forget to subscribe. And while you're here, click that thumbs up button. So let's get started. So I'm gonna start with tools. Okay, so we all know about this guy right here. This is the Original Beauty Blender. It is a woman-owned company, which I support. It is a little black little ball. It's kind of like an egg kind of shape, and they come in different colors, but it's this kind of eggy shape, and when you dampen it, it gets larger, and you're supposed to dampen it because so it doesn't soak up all your product that is going on your face. This guy right here is $20, which a lot of people say it's worth it, but like I personally don't think it's worth it, just because it's so like small. It's kind of like a sponge. It's like a sponge, but it is if you have the money or if you want to spend the money, it is a really good investment. You will not deny it, and it's like you can use it for however long you want. This thing cannot expire. It can probably be old, but it cannot expire. But yeah, it is 20 bucks, but I kind of don't think it's worth it. I'm not trying to throw shade. If I'm going to say, I'm not trying to throw shade to any of these companies. I think they did a great job with the formulas, with the applications. It's just that people got to save money. So a dupe for that, you've probably heard people say this, is the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. I like this sponge a little bit better because it has a kind of slanted flat side, which is great for the foundation, primer, setting powder, foundation powder. And then you have a pointed tip for the concealer, nose contour, carving out the contour, all of it. So this beauty sponge, you can buy at Target. You can probably buy it at CVS. You can I think I've seen one at CVS. If you can't find it in your local drugstore, just go to Target, because I'm not 110% sure that they have it like a Rite Aid or CVS, but I am for sure that they have it at a Target. They have a 2-pack for only $7.50, and if you got two of these beauty blenders, if you got two of these guys, you would spend $40. So, I mean, it's like, do you want to save money? But these work equally good. You do have to dampen this one. You can dampen it with some setting spray, or you can, I like to personally run it under the sink, and then you just apply your foundation, you carve out your contour, blend in your nose contour, concealer, and then boom, you got a dupe. So next, my favorite primer right now is the Smashbox Photo, if you can see it, excuse my nails. The Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Primer. They have a ton of different primers. They have one for oily skins. If you struggle with, I think they have a pore minimizing one. And they have an exfoliating one, which is kind of looks like a sea mask. But this foundation here, this foundation is $30, which is kind of pricey. It's kind of it smells kind of good to me, just to me personally. And it kind of has like it kind of has a scent to it. Got on my nose. It kind of has a scent to it, but like, so if you have a product that has a scent to it, you may want to look in the ingredients, or you may want to kind of be cautious on that, especially if you have sensitive skin. But this foundation is $30, which is kind of pricey in my book. So for a dupe for this is the e.l.f. Hydrating foundation primer. They also have different formulas too. Like there's one for pore filling, there's one if you have oily skin. They do have a green one for exfoliating. So e.l.f. kind of does give you what Smashbox gives you. Smashbox does have more product, but product wise doesn't really matter to me personally unless you give me like this much product. e.l.f. primers are probably like, this is the Smashbox bottle, so e.l.f. primers are probably like halfway, which isn't bad. e.l.f. primers usually range from like $1 to $6, so that is a really good dupe. So you can either save $29, or so your primers range from different they usually range from $1 to $6. So yeah, that is a dupe. If you're running out of your Smashbox and you need to save money, I would get the e.l.f. But if you want to keep it safe and just use Smashbox, go ahead. So let's talk about some concealers. Now, we all know about the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. A lot of people love it. I have seen stuff. It is definitely a full coverage concealer. It will cover up those panda eyes, but it is $30. So for a dupe, I have the Wet n Wild Photo, if it wants to focus. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. Talk about a photo focus. You do get less product with this. NARS is probably like to up here, and then but Wet n Wild is cruelty free if you prefer a cruelty free product. This is a full coverage concealer. You do get a doe foot applicator. The only complaint I have with it though is that when using the doe foot applicator, the little like thing right here that kind of looks like what you would use on lipstick, this is called a doe foot applicator. When using it, it doesn't pick up a lot of product, so you'll have to dip in like a couple times just to get like one full side, because right when you do like 1 or 2 swipes, all your concealer is gone. So you will have to like dip again, do another swipe. I'm not gonna test this one just because it's not my shade. It's actually my mom's, and my mom is lighter than me, so I'm not trying to look casket ready. But this is a really good dupe. They both have full coverage, but I really don't know. I've never tested this concealer. I have once, but I just took it off like 10 seconds later. I don't know if they give you a natural. I think you get a matte finish from this concealer, but I really don't know. But test them out. This concealer is probably like $4 to $10. I'm not really 100% sure, but I will definitely put up the actual price. But yeah, this is a dupe. If you want to stick to your good old NARS, stick to the NARS. But if you really want to use NARS, but you looked at the price and you gasp, I would go for the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. So next, I'm gonna talk about some foundations. Foundations, I'm gonna say, are a really big thing with they're kind of not touchy, but they are kind of hard to kind of do because you do have to kind of perfect the formula, the finish, how it will wear after like 4 hours. So I'm going to talk about some dupes. So I don't have both of these foundations with me, but I will put them up on the screen somewhere. So the first foundation I'm going to talk about is the Makeup Forever HD foundation. Now it is a full coverage foundation. Shade range, I'm gonna give like a shade range. I'm gonna give like a 7 out of 10 because they do have a good shade range, but I personally love a good shade range. I want every person to have a shade. So I feel like if they would add probably, I love shade ranges that range from like 25 to 30. I'm already in love with, unless you only have like 3 shades for a brown girl like me. So shade range I'm gonna give 7 out of 5. It is full coverage, but it is $43, which is pretty pricey for a foundation. But I do have a dupe. It is the LA Girl Pro foundation. The Pro, not the Pro Matte. The Pro Matte comes in a taller bottle, and the bottle is a little bit more smooth. It kind of feels like a matte, kind of like base coat or top coat you would have on your nails. But the other foundation, they have 2 foundations. So not the Pro Matte, the other one, I don't know what you call it, is a really good dupe. They are both full coverage, except that the LA Girl one has a dewy finish, and I feel like the Makeup Forever kind of a semi-matte finish. But personally, I like the dewy finish because I have very dry skin. That's why I use hydrating formulas, because my skin is very, very dry. So a dewy finish, I don't mind. But I mean, it's not the little setting powder can fix. So foundation sticks. Another dupe for the HD foundation stick, not the fluid, the stick, is the e.l.f. foundation stick. I tried them. I watched a review on them. I watched like 7 different reviews on them, and it did really good work. The e.l.f. one does kind of crease at the end of the day, but it's not like major creasing where you can actually see it and you may have to like reapply. It's just a little bit of creasing, but like nobody will probably be able to notice. The e.l.f. one is I think $6, but when I went on eBay or when I tried to find it, I'm guessing it's discontinued because everywhere I went I could not find it. I went on e.l.f.'s website, it wasn't there. So if you have it wherever you live, you should buy it. But if you don't, I'm just putting, if they ever bring it back, hopefully they would, you should get that. Another good dupe for a foundation stick, the Bobbi Brown foundation stick is $42. I'm guessing around the price. If I get it wrong, I am sorry. I will put it up on the screen, probably here or here. But the Bobbi Brown foundation is I think $42, and it's a good foundation stick. They sell it at Sephora, but it is, it's pricey. So a good dupe is the Iman foundation stick. They do have a very good shade range, but the shade range could use some help for if you have a lighter skin tone, because they do have stuff for lighter skin tones, but it's not light enough. Like, it doesn't go as far as like a pale shade or snow shade or porcelain. It really starts at like a sand. So, but that I'm not mad about. It's a drugstore foundation. Now this foundation stick is kind of pricey. It's in the middle between drugstore and high-end, where the stuff isn't where the stuff isn't expensive, like $42, but it's not expensive for like $6. The stick is $16, which to me is kind of pricey, but it is worth it. Yeah, Iman, I feel like Iman and Milani, I feel like, aren't drugstore, but they're also not high end. I feel like they're right up there with like BH and like brands and Morphe, how their stuff is very affordable, but their stuff are really good to their competitors. So yeah, um, so get the Iman foundation stick. So yeah, let's talk about powders, setting powders. Now, everybody and their mama has used the Laura Mercier translucent. They have three colors for the translucent powder. They have medium deep, which is kind of a yellowy beige. So if you have a skin tone like me, I like to bake with the setting powder that is more yellowy. They have if you have a light or medium skin tone, they do have a translucent powder which is white. But if you have if you have a kind of a deep dark, if you have like kind of a rich skin tone, they do have one that is in deep. But this is $38. This is $38. I'm gonna just take it out. This is what it looks like. This is the packaging. It is kind of a matte, opaque, and this is what it looks like. If you can see it. There's what it looks like if you can see it on my finger. Yeah, but it is kind of pricey. It is $38, which is very pricey to me. But you do get you get a reasonable amount of product. I feel like if you got a little bit more product than this, it would kind of be worth it. But I really do love the packaging. Like it has the name, and I like how it feels. Even though it's plastic, it feels kind of opaque and matte. But it is $38, which is my wallet will yell at me. So for a dupe, I have this powders. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powders. Now these have a ton of colors, because usually translucent powders only have like 3 colors, which is translucent, which is white, medium, I'm sorry about that, medium deep, which is a yellowy beige, and then dark, which is like this color I'm about to show you. But this has like 10 shades for translucent powders. They have 5 fair, and I think their darkest color is 40 deep dark. Now these do have tint to them, but the Fit Me line, I feel like, to me personally, it's kind of like everyone can get what they need. Everyone can have some. Everyone can be as flawless. So yeah. I love the packaging, because most translucent powders are like in a little like, circular kind of bowl thing. This is a square. It kind of reminds me of like a wedding ring. So yeah, this is what I was talking about for the tint, because it is a brown. It is very soft. It is very soft. It feels like really good. The drugstore powders, you do have to be precautious on, because they can give you flashback, but this one will not give you flashback. The Maybelline, I think it was the Master Set or the Master Precise or whatever, that translucent powder, they only had it in translucent, which is white, which I'm not mad at, because like usually only really like high-end brands will do it. But like, I saw a review on it, and I just wasn't living for it. She did get some flashback. Another great alternative is the Coty Airspun. You can find this at Walmart. It is like $5.99. Everyone loves this powder. Everyone. Patrick Star, Tati, Nikki Tutorials. This is a really good powder. You get a giant amount of product. The only complaint I have about it though is that it is very messy. So if you buy it fresh out of the box, do not shake it, because it is a very messy powder. Literally when you close the top, it is a puff of powder, and I don't like powders that can be messy. I have the color Honey Beige, which is kind of like that yellowy beige I was talking about. Except Honey Beige is kind of pinkish, but I can learn to work with it. So next, Oh my god, I forgot about concealer. So one concealer for like a dupe. Everyone they mama has used the Tarte Shape Tape. It became the #1 selling concealer. It is $27, so almost as expensive as the NARS Radiant Creamy. But I have a dupe. Probably everyone has talked about this, so but I'm gonna just put it out there. The Makeup Revolution concealer. You do not get as much product as the Tarte Shape Tape. The Tarte Shape Tape is probably this much product, probably a little bit more, and the tube is thicker, but the Makeup Revolution is like here going down into Makeup Revolution. So you do get more product, but you get a really good amount of coverage, as much coverage as the Shape Tape will give you. I tested it at Ulta. I used color C13, and it really covered up my under eye circles, and it was amazing. And when I took it off, I was forgetting to take it off. When I took it off, it didn't leave me with any breakouts. So yeah. So those are really good dupes. Probably everyone has said that, but hey. Now, last but not least is these guys. The L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in Mystic Black and the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. Both of these are amazing. First of all, let's talk about the packaging. Okay, the brands, how brands put their label on stuff, the packaging is different because Too Faced only has it on this side and it's kind of like carved in to the tube, and it's not like all around, and it kind of has this rose goldy, if you can see it, because reflecting on the light, those rose goldy color. And L'Oreal Lash Paradise, their brand, I mean, the name is all over the tube, but it is rose goldy. You have a gold kind of like rim here, if you can see that. You do get a gold rim. These are really good. You do get more product with these, with the Better Than Sex. Better Than Sex is $23. L'Oreal Lash Paradise, I'm not sure. I think Lash Paradise, I have no idea how much Lash Paradise is. I'll put it on the screen. But L'Oreal Lash Paradise, so let's talk about the applicators, the wands. I'm going to open up the Better Than Sex. So this is the wand. Let me place these guys here. This is the wand. I'm trying not to get any on my hand. This is the wand. It's kind of like, it kind of like gets thicker at the top. It's got spikes. Yeah, that's the wand. Looks like that. And the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, let's look at its wand. See, it literally kind of has the same wand as Better Than Sex, but Better Than Sex, since you get more product, the wand is a little bit bigger, but that's okay with me. These work like really good. Just look at these wands. Just like, come on. Tell me, like, if you just started watching this video and you like accidentally skipped to this part, you would not know the difference. Which one is the Too Faced and which one is the Lash Paradise? This one is a Too Faced. I can tell because the top is thicker. But I mean, you do get more product with the Too Faced. See, I almost forgot. You do get more product with the Too Faced, but it like the products, it rolled. Product wise, it doesn't tell you how much product you get. Oh, yes, it does. For product, you get 0.27 fluid ounces. L'Oreal Lash Paradise, you get 0.28 ounces. So you actually do get more product in this one, but it's only an ounce more. You get 8.0 millimeters and 8.5 millimeters. 8.5 is in L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and 8.0 is in Too Faced Better Than Sex. These are really good dupes. These are super good, and I love both of them, but if I had to choose one, I would choose the Better Than Sex. But if you want a dupe, you can find this at your drugstore. You can find it at Ulta, you can find it at Rite Aid, CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, Target. Just go to the L'Oreal section, you will find it. And last but not least, I'm gonna talk about a bronzer. Now, I hold a bronzer and a brow product. I hold bronzers and brow products. I get very, my spidey senses tingles when it comes to bronzer because I am chocolate, so usually the darkest bronzers are my skin color. So yeah, so for a dupe is the another Too Faced, the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. That bronzer, oh, I don't know the price again. I'll put it on the screen. That bronzer is really good. I've seen everyone use it. It's amazing. It looks so flawless, but I expect it to be pricey. But I have a dupe. The NYX matte bronzer is really good too. I've seen people use it. They look flawless. They look warmth, except the NYX one does not smell like chocolate. And I thought I had one more product. Oh, Anastasia Brow Wiz and pomade and definer. So we're gonna talk about the whole Anastasia collection. Dang near everyone has someone has the pomade, someone has the Wiz, someone probably has one of each. But you probably know someone. You can probably call your auntie, ask her if she has any of it. I can bet you she probably has a Brow Wiz, she probably has a definer, or she probably has a pomade. All of those, the Brow Wiz, the definer, those are really good products because they work super well, but they are pricey. Brow Wiz is $21. Pomade is $18. I don't know how much the definer is, but I do have some dupes. I don't have them with me, but I will put them up on the screen. So for the Brow Wiz, the Anastasia Brow Wiz, I feel like a really good dupe is the NYX Micro Brow. Now, NYX, the prices have kind of gone up a little bit. NYX Micro Brow is $9.99 and Brow Wiz is $21, $9.99. So you save 11. No, I'm lying. You save $11. Yeah. You will save money if you bought the Brow Wiz because you will save money if you bought the Micro Brow. It works the exact same way. The consistency is so similar, it's crazy. We're gonna actually, I think I'm gonna stop there because I'm gonna wrap this video up because it has gone a little long. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you go out and buy these dupes. If you want to, I will put my social media. I have a Snapchat, so I will put those in the description. So send me Snapchats if you bought any of these. I love you guys so much. Please, please, please subscribe because because starting this YouTube channel has been really big for me. I just really want this channel to really go far, so please subscribe. Please just give this video a like, and please share to your mama, your daddy, your auntie, your uncle, your grandpa, your grandmother, your sister, your brother. Please just share this video. Please convince them to subscribe. And if you have already subscribed and you think I have good content, thank you. And I love you.